In the quiet heart of the Arizona desert, a lone rancher opened his door to 5 exhausted Apache women, and in doing so, he opened a door to a new life for all of them. The man's name was Jack Harlan. He was 35 years old, tall and strong from years of hard work, but his eyes carried the weight of deep sorrow. 10 years earlier, a sudden fever had taken his wife Sarah and their 2 young sons in one cruel week. After that, Jack shut himself away from the world. His ranch, once full of cattle, laughter, and life, became a silent, empty place. The barns stood half-broken, the fences sagged, and the fields grew wild with weeds. Jack spent his days alone, talking only to his old horse and the wind. He believed loneliness was his forever punishment. One cold evening in late autumn, as the sun dipped behind the red rocks, Jack heard soft knocks on his wooden door. He opened it slowly, rifle in hand, ready for trouble. Standing there were 5 Apache women. Their clothes were torn and dusty from long travel. Their faces showed hunger, fear, and exhaustion, but also quiet strength. They did not beg loudly. The oldest one, a woman with sharp, wise eyes named Nura, spoke first in careful English. "We ask only for one night," she said. "The cold will kill us if we walk more. We will leave at dawn, no trouble." Jack looked at them for a long moment. He had heard stories of Apache raids and white men's hate, but these women looked broken, not dangerous. Their hands were empty, no weapons. One of them, the youngest, shivered so hard her teeth chattered. Something in Jack's heart moved. He stepped aside. "Come in," he said quietly. "One night." That one night became many. The women, Nura, Leela, who laughed easily even when tired, Maya, gentle and good with animals, Tala, always watching, always alert, and Kina, the youngest, barely 18, did not sit idle. The next morning, they started helping without being asked. Nura fixed broken fence posts with steady hands. Leela cooked simple meals from what little Jack had, beans, corn, and wild herbs. Maya cleaned the barn and spoke softly to the few weak horses left, bringing life back to their eyes. Tala gathered wood and kept watch at night. Kina followed them all, learning quickly and smiling shyly when praised. At first, Jack stayed distant. He ate alone, worked alone, but slowly the ranch began to change. Sounds returned, women's voices calling to each other, the crackle of a warm fire, laughter when Leela told funny stories in broken English. The smell of fresh bread filled the house. The fields got cleared. New cattle were bought with Jack's saved money, and the women helped herd them. Jack changed too. He started talking again. He taught them how to rope calves and mend saddles. They taught him Apache words for stars, plants, and healing herbs. In the evenings, they sat by the fire. Words were few, but understanding grew. Nura and Jack shared the most silence. Both had lost everything. Her husband and brothers in a fight with soldiers, his family to sickness. In quiet moments, their eyes met, and pain felt lighter when shared. Months passed. The ranch came alive. Grass grew green again. The barn was strong. Chickens ran in the yard. People from the nearby town started coming, first for trade, then just to see. They talked about the Apache women who saved the old Harlan place. Some whispered bad things, but most saw the hard work and kindness. Trouble came one spring day. 4 rough men rode up. They had posters with drawings of the women. Fugitives, they said, killed a white family. The reward is high. They demanded Jack hand them over. Jack stood on the porch, rifle ready. The women stood behind him, calm but ready to fight. "These women are my family," Jack said, voice steady. "They have done no wrong here. You turn around or we settle this now." The leader laughed. "One man against 4? Jack did not move. "One man who protects his own. Try me." A long, tense moment passed. The hunters saw the fire in Jack's eyes, the women's quiet courage. They backed away, muttering curses, and rode off. After that day, nothing was the same. The women were no longer guests. They were home. Jack called the ranch ours now. Noura smiled more. Leela sang old songs. Maya raised goats. Tala taught self-defense with knives. Kina grew into a strong young woman. Years passed. Jack grew older. His hair turned gray. His steps slowed, but his heart was full. One winter night, under a clear sky, he sat under his favorite old oak tree, watching the stars. The women sat with him. He spoke softly. "This ranch was dead when you came. You brought it back. You brought me back." Noura took his hand. "You gave us shelter. We gave you family." Jack passed away peacefully that spring, around the 5 women he loved like sisters. They buried him under that same oak tree. On a simple stone, they carved words in English and Apache. He gave us shelter. We gave him family. The women stayed. They kept the ranch running. Travelers in need, lost cowboys, widows, orphaned children found help there. The place became known far and wide as 5 Sisters Rest, a safe place where no one was turned away, where broken people could heal, just like Jack and the 5 Apache women once did. And so, in the wild, hard land of the West, a small act of kindness grew into something lasting, a family born not of blood, but of shared pain, trust, and love. Jack often remembered the first meal they all shared. It was simple, stew from old potatoes and a rabbit Leela caught. They sat on the floor because the table had only one chair. No one spoke much, but the warmth of the fire and the sound of spoons on bowls felt like music after years of silence. Over time, small joys filled the days. Kina found wildflowers and put them in jars around the house. Maya healed a sick calf that everyone thought would die. Tala spotted a wolf pack coming too close and scared them off with shouts and fire. Noura and Jack rode out together to check the far fences, talking about dreams they once had, his of a big family, hers of peace for her people. When the bounty hunters left, the women cried that night, not from fear, but from relief. Jack held them, awkward at first, then strong. "No one takes you from here," he promised. In the end, 5 Sisters Rest stood as proof. Kindness can rebuild what hate and loss destroy. The ranch lived on, green and alive, a beacon in the desert for anyone needing a second chance.
Thank you for riding along on this story. Drop your location and time one more time if you'd like. And if it touched you, send some stars, follow, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next tale.